Welcome to the Major Podcast Season 3.
My name is North and this is my wife Venus, and today we are going to be talking to someone about how it is like to grow up in a family that functions on dysfunction. What happens when all you know growing up in the family is chaos and hurt?
That's a difficult situation. Today, we will be talking to our friend, a dear friend of ours, and she will be sharing to you her story. Her name is Revian Manhuyod. She's a servant of the Lord. She's the Visayas Mindanao Not Alone coordinator. She's a wife and a mother of two. Ate Rev, thank you for your time.
Hi V, hi North.
Welcome to the podcast, Ate.
Thank you for having me.
Grabe. Finally. No, really, we are so honored and really happy to have you because you guys might not know her, but when you know her story, I'm sure marami sa inyo ang makaka-relate. Marami sa inyo ang magsasabi na grabe yung pinagdaanan niya. And God's story in her life is just so amazing na kailangang i-share sa mga taong kailangang makarinig. So thank you for saying yes to this.
It's an honor, a humbling experience.
Yeah. Sige ta. Let's start.
We want to just get right into it because we've heard part of your story na, but we want to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about growing up in your family. So by all means, Ate, will you share with us that story?
Yeah.
So I grew up with 10 siblings, but we have different surnames. Because my mom happens to be my dad's second wife, and my dad happened to be my mom's second husband. So we have different surnames, and we grew up, like, for example, we're eating. It's just so normal for us not to finish the meal because there would be flying forks, flying spoons, anytime.
Kasi mag-aaway sila.
Mag-aaway na in the middle of, even after praying. Like,
Wow.
Okay.
Amen. We even prayed, Amen. After the Amen, kuha na lahat ubos na lahat ng ulam kasi paunahan.
Oh.
Because we're not really a well-off family.
Pang-ilan ka sa 10, Ate?
The youngest.
Okay.
Bunso club, right?
We are all.
We're all
Wow.
bunso.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
And I remember also when I was young, a kinder, I think, my mom would leave the house in the morning and would come back in the evening kasi nagsusugal.
Oh.
So she had a lot of vices. My dad had none. I think when I was young, my dad was still smoking that time until he became a Christian. But my mom really had a lot of vices. So she would spend the whole day outside gambling. Tapos pag uwi niya, if she lost yung mahjong, pagsusugal. So when she came home, she would throw the plates, lahat. So walang maiwang hindi basag. Even the ref, she would push the ref. So lahat basag, lahat, everything is damaged. So ganon, we grew up that way. So it was hard to, parang if I would define me and my sister and even my brothers, I would define us as short circuit people. We have anger management issues. Kami lahat, it's like we're an angry family. So I would remember the Angry Birds movie.
Yeah.
we even call ourselves that.
Yes.
Sometimes I had that in mind, that we're Angry Birds. Galit kami. We're a very short circuit. So there was a time that I was just sleeping and then my mom would wake me up. But instead of just waking me up gently, kaldero, tinukpok sa ulo.
Oh my.
You would not wake up. Pang!
Mga ilang taon ka niyan, Ate?
Honestly, I could not remember, but
Kasi
I think
consistent
it's
siya.
in high school.
Oh.
When she came back, because she went abroad for 8 years. She left us. So it's, when she came back, she didn't even know me. She even asked me.
I literally did not
Sino
know
ka?
you.
Yeah.
Ah.
She thought that I was
Very
just
own
one of
daughter.
the neighbors. So
Ay.
when she entertained all the neighbors, and when the neighbors already went home, she even asked me, Gang, come here sa, what's your name?
Oh no.
Whose daughter are you? And I said, I'm your youngest.
Wow.
And I was just crying, but I was not crying because I was sad because of the question that she didn't know me. I was crying because I was so in love with her. It's my first time to see her again after 8 years. So she left when I was grade 2. She came back when I was already 4th year high school. But I thought that that was already the start of having a wonderful mother after a long time of having none. Because when she was abroad, every time we have PTA meetings at school, I would be the one to represent myself. I would be the one to enroll myself, just like my other siblings. So we were just doing it on our own without a mother. And my father's also working. So we grew up without a mom. But before she left, when I was in kinder, we were really battered. We were she even used yung sa karate na
Sword?
na
A belt?
garote.
Agarote?
Ano yan? Ano yan? Parang sword?
No, it's like a...
a big stick na
It's like
Para
a
siyang
stick.
kanang, yung pang ganyan?
Hindi ba yun yung parang arnis?
Arnis,
Hindi
yung
ba
parang
ganun?
ganon, no?
Oo.
and she would use it to beat us. But the worst thing is when she came back from abroad, I thought that this is the time that I would have a better relationship with my mom,
Yeah.
that I would come to know her, I would come to experience what it is to truly have a mother. But when she came, it was like 3 days only that she spent in our house. After that, she started gambling again. So
She went
every
back
day,
to her old ways.
yes, every day. But in the 8 years that she went abroad, she didn't really connect with us. It was just like within 2 years that we could call her like once a year or twice a year. Then after the 2 years, within the 6 more years, we didn't have any communication with her.
No text, no messages,
Siguro
no
dahil
letters.
mahirap pa yung communication noon. Wala
Was
pang
it?
No, I think we
cellphone.
learned that she was just really gambling outside. So she still continued with her vices. And when she came back, after 3 days of being with us, she started again gambling. So she would go in the morning and she would come back at night. And still the same. But she got stricter when it comes to, I was already in college that time. I enrolled first year college. So for example, my class would end at 4:00, and we lived very far from MSUIIT, very far from my university. But when sometimes it would take me it would take me 30 minutes to arrive home, but she would tell me that within 15 minutes you should be here.
Wow.
So if I would not come within 15 minutes, she would beat me. Really beat me, even publicly.
Oh,
So
in front of other...
in front of her amegas, of her friends.
I remember there was a story that you shared before na parang there was a time na pag sinasaktan ka niya, hinahawakan niya yung ulo mo and inuumpog sa wall, and you were just, can you share that
Because I was late. Yeah, she expected me to come by this time, and I was late. And I invited my friend to come with me because I know I would be beaten. So I said na if my friend would go with me, maybe my mom would not beat me. But hindi. So she still beat me, and that way na inuntog niya yung ulo ko sa pader. And our wall is concrete. It's not even wood. So just for me not to feel the pain so much, I was counting, and what was in my thought was, I would be one day telling this story. I would be using this testimony to people. I must remember how many times she hit me on the wall. So I was just
how many
counting.
times?
How many times?
6 times. So she hits me on the
6
wall.
different occasions. You
No,
mean?
like
No.
1,
Or 6.
1, 2, so
3.
hawakan yung buhok mo, tapos 1, 2. So
That was...
I was just, it was not even like light na
It was
ganon.
forceful, really, like with all her strength.
And then when I fell down, she also kicked me. But what registered to me was not how she beat me, but the look of my father. Because my father was just there on the sala.
Because I was about to ask you, like you were just sharing now. Pero I was like wondering, where's the dad? Where is Papa?
Yeah.
So if Mama is there beating you and kicking you on the ground, where's the father?
Yeah.
So, sige po.
So while I
where
was
is
already
Papa?
there on the floor, I looked at my dad trying to ask for help. "Pa, do something, do something." It was, but I could not say anything. I was just looking at him, begging for help. Like, "Pa, do something, do something. You're the one who loves me. It's not mama. I hate this person, but help me, help me." But he didn't do anything because it would be him and my mom who would fight after that.
Oh.
So just to not fight, he just allowed it to happen. So my hatred to my mom was replaced with my hatred towards my dad, towards my father. Although my father is a kind person, very loving, and all of our siblings really love our father. But I unknowingly had that hatred, that bitterness towards our father because he didn't do anything to protect me. He didn't do anything to stop my mom. So that morning, after that night, the tragic night, when I was already, I had a lot of bruises. That morning, I told my friend who also witnessed everything. In
Yes.
fact, when she tried to stop my mom also hit her.
Collateral damage.
So I
Unfortunately,
said,
no.
when we were sleeping, I said, tomorrow, early in the morning, I whispered to her, when I say run, you run. Because I have to run away from this family. Because I heard my mom saying to my dad, telling my dad that you transfer her to Davao. But and I do.
Where were you staying at that time?
Iligan City.
Iligan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't want to be transferred because I'm doing well in school. I was actually running for magna cum laude. But my
You graduated magna cum laude.
by God's grace. But my mom did not see that.
Wala sa
That
kanya
was
yun.
not her focus, really.
They said you transfer her, let her live with my other sisters in Davao City. And I didn't want. I wanted to finish college already. I didn't want to start again in another school. And I was already like third year or fourth year college that time. So I know. I think second year college. And my grades were really doing well. I was a Dean's Lister, and I was targeting, to really graduate with honors. But my mom wanted to transfer me, so I said, if I told my friend, if I would say run, you run. So it was really like I felt like I was watching a movie, but I was the actor already. So when I woke up like 2 a.m., I sneaked into the bedroom of my sister where my clothes were at, and then I slowly got all my clothes. I put them in the bag, and I didn't know that my sister was actually awake. The lights were off, but my sister was actually awake, and she was just waiting for me to do something.
What?
So I put my clothes in my bag, and then I went back to the sala because I was sleeping in the sala with my friend. Then I hid my bags under the blanket, and then I said, let's leave at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. because if we would leave now, there are no vehicles.
Correct.
So we would wait mga 4 a.m. siguro. So I didn't know that my sister was watching. And then she came out, she turned on the lights, and then she shouted, "Ma, pa!"
Oh no.
Ib, because they call me Eb. Ib wants to maglayas. And so my mom went out again, and I was like a kid who looked at a wolf coming to me and he was about to devour me. That's how afraid I was with my mom. So my mom went out of the bedroom, and then she beat me up.
Oh no.
The second time
was that on the same day?
The following
day.
morning.
That
Again with the classmate as the witness. Pa.
But then after that, she also felt tired of beating me, so she used up all her energy. She rested in the bedroom. So my father had arthritis at time, so he could not run. So I told my friend, this is the time that we have to run.
So you
So I didn't bring anything. I only had my phone and 50 pesos in my pocket. And then I said, run. And then we ran as fast as we could. And then my mom shouted as I called my dad, and he said, Dadong, my father's name was Dadong. Dadong, your daughter, you run. But my father couldn't run.
Arthritis,
And my brothers were not there because my brothers also, that time, praise God, not anymore now. were drug addicts that time. So they were nowhere to be found. They were always
somewhere
outside.
else, yeah.
And so I ran as fast as I could, and there was a jeepney waiting. I said, on the highway, and then I said, Manong, because supposedly magpapapuno
Puno pa, oo.
so they would wait for more passengers.
Oh.
I said, please do it now.
Oh.
We have to you have to drive. We have to drive away. And then the driver didn't ask.
Nga no.
Oh, nga no. So he just drove, and then we left. And
Wow.
from that day, it was 3 years.
Wow.
It
3
lasted for
years.
3 years.
You ran away from home.
Hindi
You were
ka
separated
bumalik.
from 3 years.
Yeah.
And wait, before we go to that, can we just backtrack a bit? Because as I was listening, it's like you're normal, beating up.
And you mean in the way she's telling the story?
Yeah,
It's
it's
like, this is...
I'm also in it. I'm like,
Yeah.
to get beat up on a regular basis because you're late.
Yeah.
I mean, you already know that it's gonna take you 30 minutes to get home. Pero yung condition is
15 minutes.
15 minutes. You know full well you're not gonna get back home in 15 minutes. And then you go in your dinner table and then you throw things at each other on a regular basis. I mean, not only that, not just by being late, but I just want to ask Ate, what were the things that would trigger those kinds of parang scenarios na you would just quarrel and fight with each other?
There was a time that my sister had a problem, marital problem, and then she came to live again with us. And there were times that there were just things in our house that are gone. Maybe she would sell it. I don't know. Or whoever else in our family. So may mawawalang phone, may
Sinong
mawawalang
nagbebenta?
pera.
Oh, because the brothers were also into drugs?
But we still didn't know who.
Oh,
So
okay.
among but it's
Things
just
went
us
missing.
in the
Oh,
family.
yeah.
So like no one could leave a phone on the sala, or else when you come back, it's already gone.
It's gone.
So that's one of the causes of everyday fights.
Yeah.
So there was a time that I witnessed my mom and my sister had a fight. So my sister was holding a knife, and my mom was holding scissors, big scissors, because she is a dressmaker. So her scissors are really like, it would kill.
Shears, like big ones.
So they're holding, and I was in the middle, and I didn't know that after the trying to stop them from killing each other. Sometimes I would notice that my hair's already short, my blouse is already torn. But after the fight, my dad would still blame me for the fight.
What? Your dad
My
would
dad
still
would blame
you.
me because there are times that I was the one who would say, "Where's my things? Why is it gone?"
Okay.
And then my mom would say, "Oh, maybe it's your sister." And then my sister said, "It's
Away
not
na
me."
sila. Okay.
And then they would fight because of me
You
looking for the
asking,
things.
correct.
Oh no.
And then my dad would say, "Just don't say anything when something is gone." Then I said, "Those are precious things. Don't say anything." So even one time, my dad lost his money in his wallet, and that's the only money he had. He just didn't say anything. He just got a knife, and then he tried to cut his wallet because that was the way that he was just releasing his anger, because he did not want to cause a fight.
How did it feel like to learn these parang lessons and coming from your father, tapos yung mom din na obviously you knew that you're not supposed to stay quiet when things go missing.
Yeah.
But your father of all people says, "Shh, don't say anything."
Maybe his dad is also tired of
Parang
all
ganon.
the
And then also
fightings.
and with the blaming that also goes on, it's just you are just really putting each other in situations where conflict is just really
And now actually, Ate, knowing who you are now, you are so gentle in the way you speak. You are so gentle to your children.
Yes.
You're so gentle to your husband. Parang iniisip ko, parang walang traces.
Where is it?
Nung nangyari sa'yo noon. What happened to you? How did you become this person that you are now? What changed in your perspective We want to know the answer to that. When we come back, we will just have a short break. And this podcast is brought to you by MX3.
Araw-araw, iba't ibang mga bagay na dapat pagtagumpayan. Ang subok kong partner ay MX3 Capsule. Research-based na tested and proven. Helps avoid pain discomfort. Iwas-iwas sa sakit. Kailangan lang na long-term ang pag-inom 2 capsules araw-araw. Kasabay ng proper diet and exercise. I am able to make it with the right partner. MX3, dito ako believe!
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
And welcome back to the episode. We are joined again by our dear friend Ate Revian. Now, picking up from where we last left off, we want to know again, Ate, what happened?
There was a time that, after the big fight with my mom and my sister and my dad collapsing, and he even said that his heart stopped beating for a minute. It's like he died and then rose again because of what happened. And when he rose again, he said, "Why did you speak? You should stop speaking." So I found myself just locking myself in the room, and I played the song still. I will be still, know you are God. And when I was listening, I was just really crying my heart out. And I would physically, literally feel my spinal cord chilling.
Wow.
Like it keeps on moving while I was crying, and I was just on the floor, on the floor of my bedroom. And I was crying the whole time. And I felt like nobody else knew what I was going through. And it was just God. So I said, "Lord, I wanted to give up, but I didn't know how. How could I escape from this family?" I had a lot of questions. So I was just crying and I was worshiping, but I had so many questions. Why this mom? Why this family? Why not like the others who are Christians? Why not like those who are rich and wealthy? This very dysfunctional, maybe dysfunctional plus wealthy, that could be a good, that could be a comfortable.
At least
There's a little balance. But very much, in need financially. And then we didn't even have a door, windows in the house. We just covered our house with sacks, cloth. And our bathroom has even no door, that we have to sing whenever we are inside.
So that people will know.
People will know that somebody's inside. So we love to sing, although we're not good at singing. So that's how poor I think we were. And I was so insecure with a lot of my classmates. I was so insecure with a lot of things in my life. And even this kind of relationship with my parents, my siblings. And so the only thing that keeps me going is the Lord. And I praise God that even at such an early age, grade 2, I met the Lord through a campus missionary. She's already a mom. She went to one house where my father was drinking with his friends. And I was there playing. The kids were all of the drunkards were playing. Every Sunday they would drink. And every Sunday the campus missionary would go there to share the gospel again and again to these people who are drunk already. But eventually, these people became the elders of the Lipuga Baptist Church.
Oh, wow.
It became a church, and we became I was one of the DVBS teachers, Daily Vacation Bible School teachers.
Okay.
And I grew knowing the Lord. But when my mother came back, because this was the time that my mother was in abroad.
Yeah,
overseas.
exactly.
So when she came back, that was a time that I experienced all the chaos again, and all the hurts and the pain, that I wanted to say, "Lord, if you would get someone, it should be my mom. Please kill her. That's my prayer. Take her away. I want her to die. Please, not my father. I want my mom to die." That was already my prayer.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to live away from my mom, or that's the reason why I ran away. But my father did not stop praying for me. So after 3 years, I came back home. And my father's words in the church when we went that Sunday, the first Sunday that I came back after 3 years, my father gave the testimony in church. And I really cried when he said, "This is how I know that God is real. He answered my prayer.
What was his
My
prayer?
daughter came back.
Oh.
So it was like the prodigal daughter has came back. But I had still a lot of hurts and pain, and my mother is still there.
That was the 3 years.
Yes.
Yes.
And there was a time that I also I was heartbroken from a relationship. My boyfriend of, I forgot, 6 years, 8 years,
That's a long time.
when he betrayed me, left me for someone. That was the time that I said, Lord, even this would nobody. Is there really someone who
Pati
would
ba
love
naman
me?
to
Pati
na
ba
wala?
naman to?
Oh.
So I worked in Cagayan. I left Iligan. I worked in Cagayan. So I said, Lord, lead me to a church where I would really, truly grow and
Yeah.
find my satisfaction in you. So I came to a Alliance Church in a GCAF, Golden City Alliance Fellowship, where, I found a new family, and I thrived there. I grew as a Christian, and then I started discipling my students because I was also a teacher in CDO in Cagayan de Oro. So I was teaching my students. I shared the gospel to every class that I had. So my focus shifted from my pain to the pain of my students.
Yeah.
So that was the time that I said, okay, Lord, now I can understand them better because I've been through this.
Yes.
So there are times that I would hear stories from my students who would say, Mom, my father would beat me. My father molested me. So I even said, Lord, thank you. I was, even though I thought that my family is just like this, but it's already,
The
very
worst.
dysfunctional, the
This
worst
is-
and all. But I wasn't raped. I was not molested. And there are other students who even went through wars. And I said, Lord, thank you. And I just really wanted to be there for them. So I discipled them. I shared the gospel that even some of them are still my disciples now. And we've been together in the discipleship journey for already 14 years.
Wow.
But what really struck me, one of the experiences that I had with my students was that the night when I invited them to sleep over in our mission house, SAM Mission House, the Philippine Students Alliance Lay Movement. So I lived there for a time. And so I invited some students to stay with me, and I shared to them about purity, to really wait upon the Lord. And so that night when we were just about to sleep, the girls came to me. One female student came to me and said, Mom, can I share something to you that I haven't shared even to my parents until now? And then she shared that she was raped, she was gang raped, and then somebody came out of the room and said, me too, I have been raped by my father and brother, and the other by my brother only. So she thinks that it's better because only brother, and then the other one, neighbor. And I already forgot, but all of them, the 5 out of 7, really had this, being molested and raped many, many times. And so when I heard that, I was just crying, and then I said, Lord, this is where I am, and this is the mission that you have placed me. I will journey with these students so that they will really come to know you as their hope. When I wanted to give up and I didn't know how, you were the anchor. You were the hope that I had, and I wanted them to experience the same, that they will also know you as their hope, their anchor. So I continued with my journey with students until I came to meet my husband, who's a worship leader, because I really said, Lord, I wanted a Christian, a discipler, not just a Christian, but rooted in you, who loves you, and who's a worship leader. And God granted my prayer. And so I met the love of my life. And that was one of the comforts that the Lord has given me, that I'm not alone. I am really #not alone.
Yes.
Because God, in His time, when I was healed. But going back to the very question, when was the turning point? Because I thought that, while I was journeying with the students, I thought I've already released forgiveness.
Yes.
But when I attended one of the retreats of GCAF, the Alliance Church that I was attending to, when one of the speakers talked about the cross, the topic, the cross, and he said, put your hand over your chest and say, I am special, I am loved. that was the hardest
Wow.
for me to utter.
Say.
I could not say I'm special. I could not say I'm loved because I felt like I'm not. I've been left by my ex-boyfriend. I've been beaten to death by my parents. It's like the goal of my mom was to hurt me. She sold our house. She transferred to another place without telling us of that decision. She
Wow.
just gave us
Really?
a little amount, each of us, and some even did not know. And those who didn't receive blamed me because they thought that I just got their money. Very, very chaotic
Yeah.
family. So she just sold it. And because when my father died out of heart attack, she also, after like a few years after selling our house, she committed suicide.
Oh.
And even after committing suicide, I was not able to forgive her. And so I said, Lord, I could not utter the words, I'm special, I'm loved, because of this story, because of a lot of bitterness
Yeah.
in my heart. But after that retreat, I attended another seminar in the same church that talks about forgiveness.
That's something that I want for you to share to us in the next episode, because we still have so many questions. How are you able to forgive a mom like that?
Yes.
How are you able to forgive a dad that you're expecting to protect you but did not protect you? How are you able to forgive your siblings, your drug addict brothers, your sisters, na sinumbong ka, na sana nakaalis ka na doon nang hindi ka nasaktan.
Yeah.
Pero nangyari yung ganon. We want to know because there are a lot of viewers that are also hurting, are also having a difficulty forgiving others. So we want to know the details of that. But at the moment, we will cut this episode and we want for you to stay for the next episode for the part 2 of this conversation. So once again, Ate Rev, thank you very much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much, Ate.
We are amazed, we are honored, but we're also excited to see how are you able to forgive your family members, and how are you now as a mother, as a wife, and as a servant of the Lord.
All right. So thank you again, Ate, for sharing. And we are so excited to know more about the story that God has placed in your life and in your heart as well. And so for our viewers who are listening and have tuned into this episode, thank you so much. And we will see you in the next episode. Once again, my name is North.
My name is Venus,
And this is the Major Podcast Season 3. See ya.